Stop searching, start working. The easiest way to find office space is at comparetheoffices.com.
All right, let's talk about business rates. I know, for a lot of UK businesses, just hearing those two words can make you, well, a little tense, right? It's this huge, critical cost that can really hit your bottom line, but it's all wrapped up in confusing jargon. What if I told you there was one secret number, a single figure, that could unlock thousands in savings? Okay, let's get into it.
You know, the clock is ticking. The next big revaluation is happening in 2026. And this isn't just some date on a government calendar. It's a massive financial event that's going to directly impact how much you pay. So the big question is, are you ready for it? Are you set up to make this work for you, not against you?
Take a good look at this number, 43.2 pence. I mean, on its own, it doesn't exactly scream game changer, does it? But I'm telling you, for literally thousands of small and medium-sized businesses up and down the country, this very specific number is the absolute key to smarter financial planning and a much, much healthier bank balance.
And that, right there, is what we're going to unpack today. We are going to pull back the curtain and show you exactly how getting your head around this 43.2p figure can lead to real, tangible savings for your business. So, let's dive in.
Okay, so first things first. To get a handle on any of this, we've got to decode that bill you get. What are you actually paying for? Well, it really boils down to two key things.
The first piece of the puzzle is your rateable value, or RV for short. The easiest way to think about this is it's the government's best guess of what your property would rent for on the open market. This number, it's the bedrock of the whole calculation. Everything starts here.
And the second piece of that puzzle is something called the multiplier. This is the rate you actually pay, the pence in the pound. The government sets this figure, and the basic math is super simple. You take your rateable value, you multiply it by the multiplier, and boom, that's your gross annual bill.
But here's where things get really interesting. Not everybody pays the same multiplier. There are actually two of them, a higher, standard multiplier that most larger properties get, and a lower, preferential rate designed specifically to help out small businesses. And this is the part you really need to pay attention to. It's a huge deal.
And you've probably guessed it. That's where our magic number comes back into play. That preferential rate, that is the 43.2p. And unlocking it is the first giant leap you can take towards slashing your bill.
Just look at the difference here. You can see it clear as day. The standard rate is up around 54.3p, but that small business rate is way down at 43.2p. Now, that gap might look like just a few pence, but when you multiply that by a rateable value of, say, 20 or 30,000 pounds, it adds up to a massive saving.
So, the million-dollar question, who actually gets this amazing lower rate? Well, honestly, it's super straightforward. If your property's rateable value is less than 51,000 pounds, you qualify. That's it. This one number is the gateway to those first big savings.
All right, so now you know your RV, and you know you should qualify for the lower multiplier, but we can go even further. Let's talk about how to take that initial calculation and maybe, just maybe, get it all the way down to zero.
So, calculating your gross bill, and remember that's just the starting point before any discounts, is dead simple. Step 1, find your RV. Step 2, multiply it by 0.432. That's it. That's your number.
Let's look at a couple of real-world examples to see how this plays out. You see the small office there? RV of 12 grand. Means a bill of about 5,000 pounds. And the retail shop, 30 grand RV. That's a bill just under 13 grand. The key thing is, both of them are getting that lower rate.
But hang on a second. What if we could do even better? For that small office, what if the bill wasn't 5 grand, but 0? A big fat nothing?
Believe it or not, it's totally possible. And it's all thanks to a scheme called Small Business Rate Relief, or SBRR for short. This is a government program designed with one purpose: to help the smallest businesses by cutting, or in some cases, completely wiping out their rates bill.
To get that 100% discount, your RV needs to be 12,000 pounds or less. There's also some tapered relief if you're between that and 15,000. But here's the catch, and honestly, this is the most important thing I'm going to say about it. Look at that last point. It is not automatic. You have to go and ask for it. You have to apply to your local council. So many businesses miss out on this because they just assume it happens on its own. It doesn't.
Okay, I get it. For some of you listening, all this talk of RVs, multipliers, and council applications, it might sound like a massive headache, right? A total time suck. If that's you, don't worry. There is another way.
I'm talking about serviced offices. Think about it. You just pay one simple, predictable bill every month. The provider, they handle all the business rate stuff. You don't even have to think about it. Plus, you can grow or shrink your space without any of the revaluation drama. It's the ultimate hassle-free option for a lot of people.
Right. We've gone all the way from figuring out what's on your bill to potentially wiping it out completely. So, let's bring it all together. What do you need to do right now so you don't get caught out? Okay, here it is, your simple 3-step action plan. Step 1, know your RV. Get online, find out what your rateable value is. Step 2, check your multiplier. Pull out your last bill and make sure you're actually on that lower small business rate. And step 3, and this is huge, if your RV is under 15,000 pounds, get on the phone to your local council today and apply for that relief.
And look, this isn't just about shaving a few quid off your expenses. This is fundamental. As the source material says so well, getting a handle on this isn't just good practice, it's essential for survival and growth. Every single pound you save here is a pound you can pour back into what really matters, your business.
So that leaves us with one final thought, and it's really a question for you. You now know the path. You know how this works. So what's the very first step you're going to take to start cutting your rates bill for 2026?